Welcome back to the DRoBets channel. It is week 7 of the 2025 MLS season, and we are back with the player props. We skipped last week on a board I really didn't like. We didn't have a great week overall on the best bet, so I think I was right to just lay low last weekend with players returning from international duty. But this week, we are back. I have got 6 plays from 5 matches, plays I really love. And 2 weeks ago, we had our first winning week of the player props. We hit a plus 1,800 stack with Zinkernagel and Kuipers. We came really close. A Bamba assist from a 750 to 1 play. So we don't have anything like that crazy this week. I'm going to rush. I need to get this video out for you guys. So let's get into my 6 player props for MLS week 7. Now, of course, with all of these props, I'm playing them straight up with typically 1 unit plays in some sort of fashion. But of course, most of these are available as well on Prize Picks, on Underdog. Typically, Underdog has a lot more MLS lines with shots and shots on goal and things like that. So if you can't play these straight up at your book, of course, work them into those daily fantasy slips as well. And I will have a 5-man Underdog daily fantasy slip at the end of this video. But let's get into our first play, and it is going to be Miguel Almiron in the 6:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff of Atlanta United versus FC Dallas. I'm taking Almiron to have 3+ shots coming in at minus 108. Now, for me, this number is just too low for a player like Almiron to have 3 shots. I get why it is at this spot because he's only hit this once in his first 4 games, but last week against NYCFC at home, he had 4 shots, and he really seems to be getting into the offensive rhythm for Atlanta United. And so a few reasons why I really like this play this week. One, he is going to be going up against likely Nolan Norris, a 20-year-old right back for FC Dallas, typically a defensive midfielder. Norris has replaced Marco Farfan, who got a pretty serious injury. I think he's going to be out for a couple of months. Last week, when Sporting Kansas City went against Norris, they pounded that right side. Suleimanov and Jake Davis, they're 2 right-sided players. They both got 3 shots, and that's an SKC team that is not even close to touching what the Atlanta offense can do. Also, Dallas is going to be conceding a lot of possession to Atlanta in this match, which is not necessarily something they've done a lot, but they have on their road games. I think Dallas will be happy to deny Latte Loth a lot of service in and force Almiron to take those shots from out wide. And if you look, Atlanta United, the one game this year that they had 55% or higher possession, Almiron had 6 shots. So we don't need a lot to get the 3 there. So my first play, Miguel Almiron, 3+ shots coming in at minus 108. Play number 2, we are going to Austin, where Austin FC is going to be hosting the Portland Timbers at 6:45 Central Time, and we are going with Brandon Vasquez to have at least 4 shots coming in at plus 116. Now, Vasquez has slowed up a little bit in recent weeks, so I get this number a little bit. But to get 4 shots at home for Brandon Vasquez on this Austin team at plus money is pretty wild to me. In 3 home games this year, he's had 5 shots, 5 shots, and 3 shots. 2 of those home games were against San Diego and Kansas City, who are bottom 6 in the league for shots allowed. So he's playing teams that are not giving up a lot of shots, and he's still almost every time hitting this number. Now he's playing a Portland team that has the 4th most shots allowed in MLS. Going on the road, I see them sitting back, soaking up pressure, and Austin pushing forward. So to get to 4 shots, there's not a lot we need here. You look last week, Portland playing Houston at home. They gave Ponce 3 shots, and that's a home game against Houston. I really like Vasquez here to be the focal point of this attack. 4 shots, plus 116, too good to pass up. Halfway through, my third play of the weekend is going to Houston, where the Dynamo host LAFC at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and we are taking Jack McGlynn to have at least 2 shots coming in at plus 139. So this play is all about where McGlynn is going to be matched up on the field by Ben Olsen. And if you look, he has hit this number in 2 out of his 5 games this year, but both of those games were where he was played a little bit up the field, and especially last week where he hit this number. And I think Ben Olsen is finally figuring out that McGlynn is a very talented offensive player. He's the engine of this team. You can't be playing him at defensive midfield. If McGlynn is playing in a central midfield or more attacking role, he is going to hit this number all day at a really high plus money value. So I love that. And then you look, and LAFC is going to be missing their defensive midfielder, Igor Jesus, in this match. He picked up a red card last week. LAFC in between the two Miami CONCACAF Champions Cup games. Houston is actually really favored in this game, much more than you would expect most weeks. The books have caught on that teams playing in between Triple C matches struggle. If Houston has a good game offensively, Jack McGlynn is going to be at the heart of it. And for him to just get two shots, they can come off a free kick. They can come in a lot of different places. At plus 140, I got to take it. All right, now this one is my WTF line of the week. We are going to San Diego, where San Diego SC is going to be hosting the Seattle Sounders at 9:30 p.m. Central, and we are getting Albert Rusnak to take two shots at minus 127. Now, I just don't get this line at all. Rusnak has hit this in every single game of his 6 MLS games that he's played in 2025. He's had 3 shots in 5 out of 6 games. So to get to just 2 shots against San Diego, a team that started out the season very stout defensively, but you look at who they played. They played St. Louis, didn't give up many shots. You know, they're not going to create many. And recent weeks against LAFC last week, they gave up double-digit shots. They've given up double-digit shots in 3 out of their last 4 games. If Seattle gets to double digits, Rusnak is taking 2 of those shots. I believe the Sounders are still missing Jordan Morris in this one. And the big key, too, is Rusnak takes their set pieces. If you get one foul anywhere close to the box, that's 1 shot for Rusnak, and you need just 1 more to hit this number. What I'm doing is I'm sprinkling about 1.5 units across 2 shots at minus 127, 3 shots at plus 200, and then 4 shots at plus 520, which he has done in half of his games this season. Again, I get it. San Diego is one of the bottom 6 teams in the league in shots given up, but I just can't get past this one. Albert Rusnak, 2 shots, minus 127. Now, the final play of the weekend, we're getting a little sneaky on this one as NYCFC hosts Minnesota United on Sunday afternoon at Yankee Stadium. And we are taking Kelvin Yeboah to go 4+ shots at minus 113 and Tani Oluwase to go 3+ shots at plus 110. So if you've watched my best bets video, you know I am totally fascinated by this matchup as the #1 counterattacking team, but also #1 expected goals created team, Minnesota United, is going to Yankee Stadium to play NYCFC, the stadium where you can go from defense to attack in one pass. I'm fascinated to know how this goes. And with some teams, it's kind of a guessing game on who's going to get the shots. Like if you look at NYCFC, they have 4 players with at least 7 shots this year, but that is not Minnesota United. You look, and Kelvin Yeboah and Tani Oluwase, even though they've each started only 5 of the 6 games, they have 42 of the 84 shots, 50% of the shots that Minnesota United is taking this year. They are coming from those 2 forwards. And so you see on the screen, I took both of these plays. And why am I doing it this way? To me, this is almost, I realize these are dangerous words that I could eat in about 72 hours. But to me, this is a free bet in the sense of one of these players is going to go over this number. As long as Minnesota United just doesn't do something crazy, get a red card early in the match. And even if they do, I don't think that hurts them that much with the way that they play. But both of these players, one of them is going to hit this number. And at the odds we got, you're basically going to push if one of them hits the number. And then both of them hitting the number, to me, is very likely. Kelvin Yeboah has hit 4+ shots in each of his 5 starts this year. He's hit it in every game he's played. And Tani has hit this in his last 2 starts when he's moved really into an attacking role. And then the game where actually Tani started and Kelvin didn't, Tani had like 5 shots. You look at the other 2 home games that NYCFC has played at Yankee Stadium, they gave up 4 shots to a Ganogo on a putrid New England offense. He got 4 shots. And then they gave up 6 shots to Luis Muriel and 3 shots to Marco Pasalic on Orlando City. And I rate Minnesota United's attack higher than both of those. So to me, this is just a play that not only am I playing this, I'm laddering up both guys, and I just don't see how one of them doesn't hit at least to push this number. So that's going to be my 5th and 6th plays is going to be Kelvin Yeboah over 4 shots and Tani over 3 shots. And finally, real quick, one that, again, it's a system play for me at this point. The books figured us out last week as Chicago hosted Montreal. I think the stack of Kuipers and Bamba slash Zinkernagel, it was like plus 550 when we hit it at plus 1800 the previous week. Well, guess what, guys? It is plus 1900 this week. Bamba assist is plus 800. Zinkernagel assist plus 800. And Kuipers is like plus 250 to score. So I'm playing both of those assists with a quarter unit. I'm playing the stack for both Zinkernagel and Kuipers, Bamba and Kuipers at plus 1900. I get it. They're playing a New York Red Bulls team that doesn't give up a lot of goals, although they did give up multiple goals to Orlando at Sports Illustrated Stadium earlier this year. So I think Chicago can get on the scoreboard in this one. And look, it's just a system play. Do I think this would happen twice a year at plus 1900, even against a good team on the road? Yes, I do. So, of course, we're playing that one again. It's not an official play, but you guys know I'm playing that. So, those are going to be my plays. And then for our underdog fantasy slip. Now, I am recording this on Friday. The shot plays are in on Saturday games for Underdog. There's not shot plays on Sunday. So if you're seeing this a little late, I would prefer first off, we're playing Almiron over 2.5 shots, Vasquez over 3.5 shots, McGlynn over 1.5 shots, and Rusnak over 1.5 shots. And then I added as my fifth leg, Matt Freese, the goalkeeper for NYCFC, to have 2.5 saves. If the shot plays hitting this one, I think he's going to hit this save number. 2.5 is a relatively low number that I think we can get to. But if you can get either Tani 3 shots or Yaboa 4 shots, I'm fine with those two if they're available for you. But I played it the 5-man with Freeze. $20 to win. I do the flex play. So again, it's about a little over like 12 and a half, 13 to 1 if you hit all 5, and then you get about 4 to 1 if you hit 4. So those are going to be my best bets on the player prop side for this weekend. Be sure to watch my best bets video for my plays. I have a 2-unit play for the first time this season that I love. Spoiler alert on that one. You probably already know what it is. So lock in on those. Let's lock in for a big MLS Week 7.